All right, let's get started. It's a very exciting night for us tonight. So a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone present here tonight with us in Singapore webinar. So we are Passion Singapore, Malaysia Global. And tonight we have a very, very special guest with us, and he is none other than Mr. Jeffrey Morlock. And we want to thank you in advance for making time for us here to be with us. So we are all waiting to hear from him. But before we move on, we would like to get started with some other things. So before we move on, I also would like to share that tonight is a very, very special night, that we will have many other leaders who also will be joining us in this webinar. So tonight, let's rock tonight. So over to you, Kumaran.
Kumaran, yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. So let me play the song, our signature song.
Yes.
Hello. I hope you are having an awesome ONPASSIVE day. I am so excited because I am the guest speaker for this Thursday Dr. Bill Williams Singapore Malaysia Passion Global webinar. On July 13th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and 8:30 p.m. Singapore time. I'm going to share my passion for ONPASSIVE. See you there in Singapore.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore.
We go Singapore.
Absolutely. We are Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you.
To the future we rise high with Wow, thank you, Kumaran. That was great sharing about team passion during the last 20 months. It is nice to remember the active founders who support our webinar each week and the guest speakers who have visited us. By the way, my name is Joanne Wong. I co-host the next agenda. I will invite Brother John Barilla to guide us on the do's and don'ts during our webinar. Please take over, Brother John.
Yes, thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you. Hello everybody. Just a few do or don'ts. Please don't raise your hands right now or throughout the presentation, which will be coming up shortly. Please, we don't like to see the hands up when we're not going to call on it for a while because it's not the Q&A time yet. So don't raise your hands now, but wait, and a little later, we'll let you know it's time to raise your hands for questions and answers also, please. Well, of course, keep your mics muted. Also, please sit up straight if you're on video and I see it as maybe lying down. Or just not looking proper, because we want to look nice and neat and friendly here, or I'll close your video. So anyway. That's about it. Oh, and no questions in the chat please, or we'll answer questions in a little while when we call for questions and answers. Okay, that's about it. For now, thank you very much folks, and take over please, Joanne.
Thank you, Brother John Barilla. Now I will invite the one, in the only one, our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, to thank our God. Please, Queen Dr. Benny.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for giving me this opportunity. And also, I want to thank Brother John Barilla for the do's and don'ts. And the rest guys for coming here, we love you guys. And the first thing I want to thank is our Father. I want to thank our Maker, our God. Because He, by the way, brought all of us together this afternoon, this evening and this morning. He loves all of us. That is where we can breathe in and out. As you all know, there are a lot of people in the hospital that are begging for this air. They're paying for it, so when you wake up in the morning, please thank your God. I want to thank our Father again for sending somebody to us. That is why we are here. He sent our visionary to all of us, right? This visionary saw the vision and he was not selfish. He decided to share this opportunity with all of us. And his name is Mr. Ashmafair. If it wasn't for him, we will now not be here. Thank you, thank you. Joanne, to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. That's really touching our hearts. Now let's invite our Singapore great leader, creating so many ONPASSIVE founders in Southeast Asia. Let's welcome Sister Mabel. The floor is yours. Please continue.
Thank you, Joanne, Kumaran, and everyone. Let me share screen. Let me share screen. Dr. Bill is here. Hallelujah. Thank you. Well, let me share a little bit right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever we are. Welcome to Passion, Singapore, Malaysia, and global. Yes, we are sharing passion throughout the world to ignite passion for OBLESS, for ONPASSIVE. Tonight, we are your host tonight, and this is the team. Dr. Bill Williams is with us tonight. He is our resident leader. My name is Mabel Chan. And then we have Jeannie Tan and Faith Yo. We are all your hosts, the three of us from Singapore. We have Kumaran, who did the avatar. Thank you, Kumaran. And he is from Malaysia. We have Joanne too, yes. And then we have John Barilla, Dr. Benny Inglet, and Debbie McCormick from USA, who have joined us to empower this host team to bring passion and ONPASSIVE to the world. And tonight, as we have introduced slightly earlier, we have Jeffrey Morlock with us as our special and guest speaker. Let's go to the agenda and how he will cover the topics tonight. He will touch on the heart of Mr. Ash Pufara, He will share passion and everything about passion from his perspective, and then one leadership trait or quality for all blessed or for fulfilling a passion. Corporate updates, and then the floor is open for everyone to share about their passion. One slide, two slides about who we are, as I have introduced earlier. This is Passion Singapore, Malaysia Global. We want to know our roots, and that is where we are from, Singapore, Malaysia. And indeed, we want to set the world on fire with the mission of ONPASSIVE. We're here to nurture mindset and leadership. And our mission is igniting passion for humanity to make the world a better place. Our plan of action, just another slide to let us know what is our mission and what we intend to do. Our first plan of action is actually invite affiliates. Example, tonight we are inviting a core leader, Mr. Jeffrey Morlock, to share their passion. Keep sharing one at a time. It could be one at a time, but suddenly we will find we have an army marching forward, unstoppable to make the world a better place. Yes, passion for humanity. And then, of course, the next step, as the Lord lead us, we want to identify passion groups. Now, the heart of Mr. Jeffrey Morlock tonight. Let me just have two slides about him. My little short, brief introduction of this man. Mr. Jeffrey's passion for ONPASSIVE. He says, my belief in the rightness and solidity of this new tech leader, Mr. Ash Mufarah, is motivating, strong, and unyielding. Let me repeat. He says, my belief in the rightness and solidity of this new tech leader, Mr. Ash Mufarah, is motivating, strong, and unyielding. His passion, as I attempt to list it in his own words, he says, words simply cannot express the appreciation I have for Mr. Ash Mufarah, his team, and his company. Jeffrey says, I'm proud to hold a founder's position in this company. And he says, and I will endeavor to live its vision and its value as this leading edge movement ONPASSIVE changes the entire online affiliate marketing landscape as a smart business solution provider. This is what he says. And I just want to underline. He says, he endeavor to live its vision and its value. So do all of us, or as many of us, to attempt to endeavor to live the vision of ONPASSIVE and its value. So with this, let me play, if I'm not wrong, he would like to start off his presentation with this song.
How eager, filled, yet easygoing, as gentle as the breeze. ONPASSIVE now will show you how to move your life with ease.
Can you all hear the song, or you can't?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes, we can hear it.
We'll grow in grace to run the race, to seed our members' dreams. While value grows, abundance flows in everlasting streams. How wonderfully the borders fade to bridge the mighty seas, where culture blends have made new friends and spreads our love with ease. Our truth is real, and we can feel the benefit for all. No limits here, we have no fear, and we are standing tall. How beautiful, how full of love, compassion overflows. To share the things ONPASSIVE brings, till everybody knows. ONPASSIVE's here, ONPASSIVE's here, to set the captive free. We fill the heart and do our part to lift humanity.
What a voice. Let me stop share. And Mr. Jeffrey Morlock, the night, the platform, the stage is yours.
Wow. You know, I really, I don't know where to start. That really chokes me up. If you listen to the words, I remember writing that and singing that. So thank you. I certainly appreciate that. I am so honored, deeply honored, and just I'm in love with being here with you guys and just love ONPASSIVE. I do want to give a shout out and a big thank you to Bill Must Productions. When I first created that song, it had a static background, which was quite beautiful, but he took it and he put those slides in it with the moving pictures. I love that. That was great. So that's the way we've always used it. So thank you, Bill. I certainly appreciate that. And I appreciate the engagement that you continually have. And I want to thank everybody here. Mabel, I certainly wouldn't be here without you, and without Deb McCormick. Another big influencer for me, obviously, is Dr. Bill Williams, and even our favorite Dr. Benny here, who have also been instrumental in getting me where I go sometimes. So thank you so very, very much for that. I certainly appreciate that. This evening, we've got a lot of things that are going to be kind of fun. We're going to be going through some things about Mr. Mufar and his heart, defining passion, talking a bit about what drives me or what jazzes me up, kind of, and how I plan to use OBLESS and how OBLESS is going to be able to make the world a better place. So I'll actually go into that in some detail, and even talk about how, what it would be good to be like, or what kind of a quality would be nice to have for OBLESS. And then we'll go into some updates. As we all know, Mr. Mufar showed up not only on 360, but also on Rob Lynn Live last night, doing a wonderful job about giving us some hints about what's coming. So we've got some good things going on. We're going to start right off the bat, I think, with Mr. Mufar's heart, which is near and dear to all, wow. We could talk about that for quite a while. So first of all, yeah. Mr. Mufar's heart is relevant. It's foundational to what we're doing in ONPASSIVE. He is, after all, the heart and mind behind that radical business that we all love and that we all know as the paradigm shift that is ONPASSIVE, right? So in looking at his heart, I took a look at his leadership first, and I thought, wow, his leadership clearly demonstrates a heart for people. It clearly demonstrates that he has a purpose-driven will, right? We talked about that, the will and the resources to do what he's got in his heart and his vision. And he has a very real love and substantial love for technology. And when you put those three things together, man, he's really got some magic going on. He is a very well-respected humanitarian entrepreneur that uses his understanding, his intellect, if you will, his passions with heart, right, combined with heart, to see people, you, me, the entirety of the world, if it's possible, brought either into success or into greater success, which is to say that if people join us that are not successful, you will find success here. If you are successful and join us, then what you'll find here is an opportunity and a platform to enrich and to further your success. So he also uses his brain power, so to speak, and his heart to power the vision that he has, right? And that vision is one that fosters global economic change, and it serves to raise the human condition. And that is very plainly and clearly seen in our vision statement. And I would encourage anybody that can to go look that up. And that vision, as high-powered as it is, was birthed out of Mr. Mufara's heart, out of his compassion. It's a vision that's timely. It's a vision that's connected to global economics, and it's also connected rather to human consciousness in a way, because it's a vision that creates long-term solutions serving to lift humanity. So I did say consciousness, okay, which is actually it's an elevated awareness, because Mr. Mufara also demonstrates an understanding of these things, and he broadly relates them in what we've come to see as life lessons, life sessions that he goes into. He waxes philosophical sometimes, and we're privy to that on his webinars. And during these times, he deeply models selflessness and compassion, and he mentors us, the entirety of the founder base, and now streaming YouTube Live, a lot of other people, well beyond the scope of just products and profits for a business. This is simply because he is a visionary, and he's got some free-flowing compassion, and that's what makes his heart what it is and why it's so valuable. And he's taken what he has in his heart, and he's woven that, if you will, in a stream of goodwill, sort of, that shows how to provide abundance and value. He streams out, equity and fairness in his business, but he does it right alongside of AI, machine learning in particular. And that combination of AI became what he talked about yesterday, his AI with heart. We talk about that rather often. Excuse me. No other company in the world can tout having that, right? Nobody can say we have AI with heart. That is absolutely unique to Mr. Mufara's heart and business. And that's the one component, excuse me, that automatically dissolves, I guess is a good word, greed and unethical practices in business, specifically through ONPASSIVE. Yeah, so even ONPASSIVE's software is the result of what he has in his heart, right? Through compassionate action, right? He's developed this software, and it's been brought about by Mr. Mufara's fast-held, heartfelt beliefs, if you will. And because of this, we can also rightfully say that we are the correction to the corruption. He mentions that quite often. I know we talk about it. And again, there's no other company on the planet that can rightfully say that. But it's not just a one-time thing, right? I mean, he is continually, again, as he alluded to yesterday, developing new ideas and new ways of implementing those ideas that empower us, every one of us, to lift humanity by helping others to achieve the success we're talking about. And that relates to giving people total freedom, which breaks down into, obviously, time and money, right? We've talked about that too, remember? Catmo, right? But it's not all about the money. It's about being trustworthy. It's about a trustworthy business. And it's about allowing those with a good intention to be able to make a difference in the right way. It's about providing the tools needed for what we're supposed to be doing as a member of the human race. Those things that have to do with compassion, kindness, unity, and even creativity. And I am, as you so well pointed out, beginning this, Mabel, very proud to be a part of this vision and this company. And without ONPASSIVE being seeded by the contents of Mr. Mufar's heart, that wouldn't have been possible for any of us. So I want to thank you very, very much for giving me the latitude to kind of speak my heart about Mr. Mufar's heart. Now, you also asked about passion, you know, what I thought passion was in defining passion. And when I think of passion, I think of a driving force that moves us or me in a particular direction for a particular reason. And to me, passion is a very strong emotion that powerfully motivates us. It helps us, and it gets us to activate our human will, if you will, and gives us a purpose, so to speak. It's something that fuels our activity toward accomplishing a goal, and that oftentimes is, and certainly true in Mr. Mufar's case, is regardless of the hardships we face and regardless of the hoops or the hurdles that we have to go through. And I think there's many of us here that can certainly identify with that. And it's also something, passion is also something that fuels us and at the same time can even replenish us when we're feeling down or weak and just we need something. It can replenish us. And it's the one thing, passion is the one thing that can keep us going, that can keep us moving in the right direction. And in this way, our passion indicates our what our true north is, right? It leads us, excuse me. Oh, thank you. It leads us in a way to our calling, to our purpose in life. It enables greater fulfillments for us and for who we are. But whatever we say it is, passion is an emotion to be acted upon. And so the results of our passion comes out in compassionate action. We're all about that. ONPASSIVE is all about that. And ultimately, our passions, whether great or small, are the driving force behind what we do. And this is certainly applicable and true to the creation of ONPASSIVE, because that's what it stands for. Heart in doing what's right because it's right, and doing it for the right reasons so that we can lift humanity. Now, Mabel, you also asked me, Jeffrey, what drives you? And I kind of tell people, you know, what really gets me jazzed up is that I love to search out truth in whatever form I can find it and share it. And I realize that's probably a little undefined. So let me see if I can get a little esoterical. I don't know, Gina Lever, if you're in here, maybe you could help me explain this a bit. But I believe that what I see, what I experience in others is simply the reflections of certain aspects of me. Now, you heard me talk about polarity and duality of life. You know, every stick you pick up has got two ends. So on the other end of that, I also believe that what others see in me are the reflection of certain aspects of themselves. And this means that when people might act toward me in ways that appear positive or friendly or encouraging, it simply means to me that I'm doing a pretty good job in whatever area of life for me that reflects. And when people act toward me in ways that perhaps are a little negative or maybe a little unfriendly or hurtful even, then it means that perhaps those areas I need to do a little more work in. So the perspective that I have here in this allows me to grow from the inside out. And this is the journey that I'm on, to purposefully and willfully, right, consciously, if you will, evolve in a way into a greater awareness of God and love and life and creation. So when we get back to passion, you know, what is passion and what's my passion? That would be sharing my journey, right? Which is everybody's journey. Or more specifically, I guess it's sharing with others the things that I'm learning on this journey of what I call a consciousness evolution, learning who we are in God and attaining to be more like him, as far as exhibiting or emulating unconditional love and that sort of thing. And it's why I'm so actively engaged in ONPASSIVE. It's the reason for the books that I've written, and it's the reason for all the content that I put on both YouTube channels. So, I mean, that's why I do what I do. Now, again, Mabel, you said, well, how are you going to take that passion that you've got and what jazzes you up and use that in Obless? Well, quite a few years ago, I used to help manage a renewable energy company. We used to design and install solar electric systems, photovoltaic systems, solar thermal, which is just heat coming from solar, generally in water or some other fluid, and wind turbines, windmills, wind turbine systems. So I've got somewhat of a green heart, but do you guys know the technology exists right now to produce inexhaustible, sustainable, green energy that uses no external fuel source, no oils, gases, no fossil fuels, or external fuels of any kind? Yeah. You crank it up and it goes, and it just goes. You don't add, it just goes and goes and goes and goes, right? Did you know the technology exists to wipe out world hunger right now? Did you know the technology is here that we could end the world water crisis in less than 5 years? The technology exists right now. I mean, we could replenish reservoirs, we could refill dams, right? We can create water out of thin air, provide unlimited, clean, sustainable, renewable water systems at every point on the globe. And these are just some of the tips of various icebergs that are out there regarding what we could be doing. And my passion will eventually express itself in the creation of an Obless account that's going to be able to pump financial resources into these sectors so that we can develop these sectors, we can develop this technology further, and we need to be ramping up the manufacturing of this technology into the machinery and the resources for it. And we need to create a distribution network that allows this abundance to flow everywhere across the planet. Now, Mr. Mufara has spoken about this. It's near and dear to his own heart. And he says, look, we don't create wealth. It exists. Abundance exists. We just have to figure out how to take what we've got and get it to where it needs to be. So that's what I planned on doing. And I'm sure I'll do a lot of other things. So, and I was also asked, how do I think Obless is going to help make the world a better place? Which, I mean, that would be an absolutely no-brainer, right? I mean, Obless gives the world a platform that anyone with an internet connection can use. It's a platform that fosters selflessness. It turns the user's passion, what jazzes them up, into an avenue of compassionate action for the greater good, to help humanity or to help whatever the cause is. It's a platform that is not a respecter of persons. And by that, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're strong or weak or rich or poor or whether you're handsome or not. It doesn't matter what your culture is or your skin color is. Doesn't matter what your geolocation, where you're located on the earth, and none of it matters. It's a platform that can be used to champion anyone's causes. I mean, okay, providing they're legitimate. It's got to be legitimate, okay? Now, perhaps we'll use it to raise funds for some, a much needed medical procedure for a friend or family member, or perhaps even rebuilding after a local disaster or catastrophe. But even more than that, even bigger than that, it's going to allow a lot of people to bring their personal humanitarian aspirations to life, bigger than life even, right? And think about what it would mean to create Obless accounts to provide water, food, shelter, healthcare, energy systems. I mean, you name it, right? There's no limit. There's nothing stopping us from coming up with these ideas and helping so that we can send these things and do it with millions of people all over the world. So, I mean, what's your passion? Endangered species, maybe? I know people that want to try to give personhood to the great ape, but I mean, that's not my shtick, but hey, right? Go for it, right? I mean, pick something and just, oh, bless it. Oh, bless it. I think Chris came up with that. You know, recycling landfills, oh, bless it, right? You got a local charity, oh, bless it, right? Whatever the need, wherever it is, oh, bless can be the digital touch point that brings magnificent funding solutions to these very real needs through a very ethical platform that's powered, right, with a superior functionality through an AI-driven platform that brings it into a position of global access for global awareness. Now, Mabel, you also asked, you know, hey, what is one quality or virtue that would be good to have or effectively have for using Obless, you know, to make the world a better place, to be in line with ONPASSIVE's mission, you know, for lifting humanity and doing what's right. And well, I should probably, well, let me talk a little bit about Obless. Right? I mean, Obless is it's a solutions platform. Now, it's used to raise money, funding, right, for specific purposes. It allows us to reach global audiences easily, rather quickly, actually. In other words, the reasons for the campaigns that we create through Obless is going to be to get money, to obtain funding, to raise money to help those people that need it. And for the most part, excuse me, we won't, as somebody creating the account, we're not going to have to administer the program. ONPASSIVE is going to administer the program for free, right? And it's going to be using 100% of the proceeds that are collected, right, going to the project or the cause as outlined in the campaign. I mean, the campaign, every bit of it is all going to it. So, I mean, that in itself is huge. I don't know anybody else that's doing that, administering it and putting all the money, right? They're not taking a piece of it or a portion of it. They're footing the bill for administering the program and sending all the money to wherever it needs to go. So, of course, the user's going to have to set the campaign up. So you've got to do something. But when you do, we're not going to have to worry about things like currencies or exchange rates or anything like that, because Obless uses a multi-currency feature. It allows global access to different currencies, countries, right? From within various countries that will flow in and through ONPASSIVE with exchange rates and stuff really easy and very conveniently, right? And additionally, there's lots and lots of reports and other features. There's other resources within Obless that we'll be able to use to not only create, but we can find funding for it. We can track the projects as we go. I mean, it's just an incredible, incredible platform, and it's given by ONPASSIVE to the world. And we are blessed enough to be able to use it. So we don't have to develop our own way to connect what we want to do with Obless to get things done. It's going to allow us to connect with donors, individuals or companies, and that for the express reason of raising money to support the projects that we want, whether that's an emergency basis or something considered a charitable cause or whatever. Now, you can also do searches within the system. It can be done by profile and time frames and project size and what country you want to be in, and tons of other criteria, right, that will help us establish and track projects and causes that are near and dear to us, you know, something that we can grow and the projects can involve. And we can do this a couple of ways, because you can access Obless as a campaigner, that's the person setting it up, or as a benefactor, which is a person saying, wow, I like this, I think I'm going to help fund it, right? So the benefactor is going to fund the project. But either way, whether it's an individual or a company or a corporation, you can, actually, there's nothing to say that it can't be both. You can be a campaigner and a funder. So anyway, Obless can be used to raise funds for projects and causes and just find all the people that are interested in funding it, right? And as a benefactor, you can find causes and campaigns and that sort of thing that kind of match what you'd like to do. So it runs the entire gambit. I mean, it's such a complete program and such a beautiful thing that's been put in place to help the world that I just can't imagine it ever coming from anywhere except ONPASSIVE. So anyway, in this way, Obless offers us a platform, a digital gateway, to the world, if you will, that campaigners can use to promote causes and connect with people that might support those causes. And like probably every other product in the digital ecosystem, Obless is AI driven, it's fully featured, it's fully connected to everything else, it's fully functional. And this means all we need to effectively use Obless, right, to contribute to the mission of ONPASSIVE in making the world a better place is the virtue or the quality of compassion. If we have compassion, then we're going to be able to be just fine. You don't need anything else because that's going to give you the true north. It's going to point you to what jazzes you up, what energizes you. It's going to give you the ideas so that you can then create in Obless to be able to fund whatever it is that is in your heart. And that's going to allow the passion to individually direct us on how we go forward with it. And Obless really makes that easy. So I know that was really that was a long way around. I guess I'm going around my elbow to get to my thumb to explain that compassion is what we need. Compassion is what's in Mr. Mufar's heart. It's what's hardwired in AI with heart within ONPASSIVE, and we need to have that in our heart when we move forward to use Obless in the way that Obless needs to be used. So now you also asked me something that was kind of interesting the other day. You said, Mr. Mufar has said 80% of success is showing up. And you asked, can I give my thoughts on that? I'm like, absolutely, because I believe it, 100%. Now, about 3 weeks ago, well, let me explain that first before I go into that. Let me explain exactly what that is. 80% success is showing up. Mr. Mufar is talking about that. And, that's because success of anything that we do is dependent on our ability to show up where and when it's needed, right? That means we show up physically, like arriving at the laptop or in the office or the workplace. We show up energetically, like taking care of ourselves so that we have the strength and the energy to do the job, and even showing up psychologically, like having, the right training or the right mindset, and certainly having the resilience to achieve the outcome that we're looking for. And this is what we're talking about when we say showing up is half the battle, or in Mr. Mufar's words, 80% of success is showing up. That's what he says. And that's what he means. We need to be mentally and physically prepared to do the work once we get there. And getting there is a big, big part of making sure that we're successful. So about 3 weeks ago, and this is kind of getting into an updates that started back then, Mr. Mufar let us know that there was a contest going on, and the whole premise for the contest was to visit the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel, view a video, throw a comment in there with the OES ID in it, make sure that you like it, subscribe to it, and then reference that video on, whatever social media of choice that you've got. That was a very interesting, man, that really, that jazzed a lot of us up. But if you missed the details of that, you can go back and look in the back office. You can see the write-up on that. Now, a few days ago, Mr. Mufar introduced another contest. I saw that Mabel, your introduction there pointed to it. And it's going to be running through the end of this month. It's going to have 5 winners. And it's going to dole out some $21,000 in money prizes to those winners. And to find out more about that, you can log into the back office. You're going to get the pop-up. It's going to explain all the details, and just go do what it calls for, right? I mean, this is our company, and we need to be willing to be able to help with the boosting of whatever we're doing. You know, we need to participate in what's going on. And these contests are really going to boost the algorithms of the YouTube channel on and everything. It's going to give us a lot of good marketing power. Some high-powered marketing is going to be coming out of that. I mean, you've already showed up here, right? You've already shown up. You're already a founder, and you're already interested. So go knock out that last 20%. And I think you'll have some fun with it. Now, yesterday, Mr. Mufara joined ONPASSIVE 360, said some very interesting things, and you know, right out of his head came, "Are you ready for an exciting ride?" Right? And true with our theme here, he even later asked, "Are you going to show up?" Well, we've shown up, and yeah, I think every one of us are ready for an exciting ride, and it's starting. He went on to talk about some of the things that we're going through and some of the things we can see. First of all, he was talking about OConnect. You know, it's going to be one of the first paid products out. It's very interesting. And OConnect, he says, it's going to be able to make up for some of the boring things that happen on some of those webinars, right? And I mean, we're all aware of the awesome dashboard, the graphics display. I mean, I love the way it looks and the way it works. To me, it's just absolutely awesome. We know about the fun emojis, you know, the resounding features. Oh, by the way, there are sounds that were built in, but more have been added recently. And he said, you know, that we're also going to have the ability to add in our own resounds to make them and add them so that we can just use them at a touch of a button. Backgrounds, like the resounds, there are backgrounds that are built in. And again, he said you're going to be able to put your own backgrounds in there and create those and use those as well. So now he went on to say that he and the team didn't want to go too far in the paid product of OConnect without having disruptive AI components. And some of those, he said, were done, right? I mean, they're already done. And he said, you know, it's the basic stuff. They're getting into the better stuff, but the basic stuff like noise cancellation and such has already been done. He let us know that once those things are implemented, it does take time. We've talked about this in the past, that it takes time for the machine learning, the AI in particular, the machine learning of AI, which is a subset of AI, to learn by how it does to evolve and to mature. And the more that it works, the stronger and better and more accurate it gets. And that's the nature of machine learning. But get this, for the first time ever, we're going to have speech to speech. That's a direct translation. That's not from the recording, but live in real time. He said that right now we're talking about English, right, as the translated language, or the language that we can translate from English to another language, and that translation is going to be in real time. Yeah, I got to say, that just kind of blows my mind, how they can do that so quickly and on the fly like that. But he did indicate there will be a little latency. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a lag time, perhaps a few seconds, but we're also going to be able to choose the avatar we want, select the gender, the accent, right? And through all of that, we're going to be hearing what's being said in our own language in real time. And I don't know how they do it, but I think it's phenomenal. Now, some of us can remember when we were talking about these things, I think 2 or 3 years ago, he was saying, hey, we're going to have this capability and this is where we're going. And now guess what, man, I mean, their heads in the game and they're putting it out. And now some of the things that he was talking about back then are actually showing up in the products. So there's lots of exciting stuff going on, and there's a whole lot of pride in the teams of ONPASSIVE, excuse me. Ash also said that when they were adding something, which was kind of curious, in with the OConnect display that's going to be able to amuse, I guess, the users, for lack of a better word. It's going to be a unique innovation that's going to be able to add to the overall cleverness, I think, of the platform. But it's going to be able to captivate or or perhaps capture the attention of the attendee, right? When that particular webinar hits a boring spot or spots that are perhaps devoid of content. But either way, the bottom line is that OConnect, which is about to be introduced commercially as a paid product, is more humanized in a way and a lot more fun than what we've seen in anything already out there. And I think that's probably true of most of ONPASSIVE's products. Now, Mr. Mufara spoke about OTracker as well, which is about to get introduced commercially too. And OTracker is a web analytics program. It's got more features than any other web analytics tool out there. And actually, once you get your domain, which we'll get through ODomain, through OnPassive, then it's automatically going to be integrated with that. So that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And just for those that may not know, or for the audience here that may not be aware, OTracker is a top of the line web analytics tool, simply put, just to make your business, operating your business easier, simpler, right? It's high quality, arguably the best AI-driven analytics tool out there on the net, bar none. I mean, it works better. It's got more tools, easier to use, and costs less. That's a big deal than what the big tech giants or anybody else is currently offering. There's a intuitive dashboard for analyzing the web traffic, tracking your visitor, rather, your actions, on the website, monitoring its performance. The tabs on the dashboard actually make performance tracking effortless. I mean, it allows you to understand and analyze your user behavior through detailed real-time analytics. And those things include things like heat maps and geofencing capabilities and such. I mean, just absolutely a phenomenal product. You can, with those things, you can actually uncover how the user navigates your website. And based on that, you can infer certain things and make better marketing decisions. You can also use things like IP blocking to deny access to bad actors and such, just by clicking on an IP address and geographical location. So anyway, you can monitor and control the user experience, view analytics, do notifications. And then you can download and share web trafficking reports. I mean, there's lots of reporting features, and you can do all of these things with a single click. And Mr. Mufara went on to say, though, and this is new for a lot of us, that they're expecting it to be integrated with OMail, which, for instance, if you go out with a broadcast email to a lot of people, you're going to be able to see who opened up that email, when it was opened, whether they clicked the links in it, and a lot of other things. He also mentioned that they're looking at coming out with another product, OMail Pro, which is going to include a solution that no other email communications platform on the planet has. So we can look forward to that. I think that's going to be phenomenal, and probably aimed at, I would imagine by the title, for companies or businesses or corporations. But also, as a bit of a sidebar, and kind of, I've been talking for a while, kind of closing this up, I've gotten questions about one or more of the paid products that we're having anticipated by the end of June. And I can understand, there's a little disappointment, but I also know that OnPassive is doing things that has never been done before. And there are a tremendous number of moving parts. And by that, I mean, there are tons of intricate, sophisticated components that all have to work together simultaneously and that are interconnected with each other at varying levels, that include not only financial software, but all of the individual programs and the components and the resources and the tools and the products and all of it, right? Not to mention the AI automation that runs through the entire business. Now, actually, Mr. Mufara went on to talk about some of the anxiety or the anticipation some folks are feeling as we get ready to release these commercial products, which is going to be pretty soon. I mean, you know what? He's asking, are we ready? And there's a big difference between the beta testing that we've gone through, right? The building of the products, hooking them all together, and what we're going through right now, because we're reaching the end of what he called the build phase. And that product that comes out of that funnel, so to speak, has got to be flawless. And by that, I mean that when we go public, these things have got to be perfect, because the public, as we know, can be rather unforgiving, and they're not going to be kind to us if we give them anything less. So hang on to your hat. All right. He went on to say that just like NASA, right, ONPASSIVE does not consider failure in any form of the word, in any sense of the word, to be an option. So you can rest assured that when we release our first commercial products, starting with OConnect, it's going to make some pretty big waves, simply because there's nothing to compare it to. That, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's awesome. And anyway, I say that to say that, hey, we're making great strides and we are in great shape. And Mr. Mufara and the entire team is, I mean, they're bringing us across the line, right? Now, he did talk a little bit about the pricing of OConnect. I'm not going to get into that too much, but if you want to hear more about that, check out the 360 that he did yesterday. And he also addressed it on Robin Live. So I would encourage you to go check that out as well. But other than that, I'm kind of done with what I was saying. Mabel, I want to thank you guys so much. You guys are so wonderful, and I love you so much. And if there's anything I can help you with, if you have any questions, if I can, whatever, hey, I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere today until you click the close button.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, first of all, for coming and sharing your heart out. We, at least I took notes, you know, and the floor is open for anyone who have any question. But before that, let's get your good friend, Dr. Bill Williams, to say something for the night. Dr. Bill Williams.
Thank you, Mabel. Hey, Jeffrey. Stellar performance from a really wise fellow today. Just a good
Dr. Bill, thank you. You're a blessing, man. Thank you.
I wouldn't miss hearing your summary. I'm surprised you stayed up till 1 o'clock last night like the rest of us. You caught it all. Your summary was excellent. And, you know, I enjoyed the heart of ONPASSIVE because it runs right through Jeffrey Morlock's heart. Ash and Jeffrey, they were kind of born in a split second together with the same heart. And we're fortunate that Jeffrey shepherded many of us into ONPASSIVE in the very beginning. You know, he was one of the original leaders, and we've gained a lot from your inspiration. And I always follow what you say. I always listen. I learn, and I'm always motivated to come back to the center. You know, there's a true north. There's a center line that runs through ONPASSIVE, and Jeffrey's one that brings people back from the fringes. People get off track sometimes, don't they? They think about other things. They get lost in their mind. But Jeffrey seems to stay centered, and that's a good focus point for all of us to understand that your true north, your true leaders always bring people back to what's important. What is the purpose? I enjoyed Ash talking last night about his purpose. If it serves his purpose, that's all that matters. He's not about money. He's about being on his purpose, which is to uplift the world. You know, he's got a true north that's really, I've never met a person with such a strong true north. His magnetic compass is far stronger than most of ours. You can't sway him with any leverage to go left or right. He's always going to go that path. That's the value of being in a company with a strong leader, that you can follow him because he's got the best compass in town. I particularly enjoy being on Passive Passion because the true north of ONPASSIVE Passion is the heart. That's the foundation of this group. And being associated with it for 3 years now, what's a better place to be than right here in Asia, Singapore, Malaysia. The entire area is just full of wonderful people. And we've all grown to love and respect each of these guys, Kumaran and Jeannie and Mabel, and everybody that's associated with this group in Singapore is a powerhouse. So I'm really not wanting to get into too much today, but I had a thought today that Ash keeps ringing the bell, and I want people to think on the bell. The note that he rang on that bell was, we're not just going to own IT. We're going to own it. What a note. I mean, that is the note that should ring your bell. When you sit back and think about what you have in your hands, what are you grasping right now? You have it. And if you can figure out what it is, you probably don't have to have too many worries in the world. You can sit back on your lawn chair and look out over the meadow. You can look out over the ocean from your cliffside view. You can look at it from any angle you want. It's going to be pretty dang good. So here's to it. Whatever it is, you own it. Thanks, Mabel. Thanks, Jeffrey. Good job today, sir.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Dr. Bill. I appreciate you in ways you'll probably never know. But thank you so very, very much. Mabel, if I can ask, there was a second song, if possible. Can we play that at some point? It was done with Renata and myself and Tim Johnson, which is another ONPASSIVE song that, as long as we're at it.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Yes, thank you for reminding me. And look out for this video. Mr. Jeffrey Morlock has a wonderful voice. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
With action of compassion till the work is done. With providing for each other helps us heal, and opening our hearts to bless will let us feel the beauty that exists in our souls is real and true, only brought about by love from me and you. We are one, and we are blessed in unity. We are one, and we are blessed as far as we can see. presence all eternally. We are one, and we are blessed in unity. We are one, and we are blessed as far as we can see. We are love, and we will bless humanity. And we say, unpassive is the way. We are one, and we are blessed in unity. We are one, and we are blessed as far as we can see. We are love, and we will bless humanity. And we say, unpassive is the way. We are love, and we will bless humanity. And we say, unpassive is the way. And we say, unpassive is the way. And we say, unpassive is the way.
Wow, thank you so much.
Wow, what a blessing.
Thank you for playing that, and thank you, Renata Giersick, and obviously Tim Johnson and the entire Johnson family. We had a lot of fun with that. So thank you very, very much, Mavis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We really enjoy it,
Yes.
Jeannie.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for such a lovely song. I'm so touched by the song. It's wonderful. The lyrics were so touching. Thank you so much. And it's so meaningful. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And just so that you know, you guys are free to, I mean, obviously don't go sell the song, but you can do it. You can share it, use it, listen to it, whatever. It's an on-passive song.
Yes.
Both of them are actually.
We will share it. Yeah, it's a lovely song. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you. Okay, now we would like to open the floor to everyone who's here. And if you have any questions or that you would like to ask Mr. Jeffrey or Dr. Bill or anyone here, please raise your hand. Thank you. We have Miss Nafiso. Hi, Miss Nafiso. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much. I enjoy the ONPASSIVE is the way. I love it. I was still, my head is still song. The song is still sticking in my mind. Thank you so much. We wish we get that song. If you share in the groups or anything, we will share in our YouTube if that's possible. Thank you. We love it. We enjoy it. Thank you so much, that song. And thank you so much, Jeffrey Morlock, what you presenting today. I was listening. You basically, I've been listening whole, you know, the Ash's speech. So all the notes I've been writing is just, you just summarize it in simple way. Thank you so much. It is amazing. And I appreciate everyone who's here, Dr. Bill Williams and every single leader in here. Thank you so much for Singapore team. We've been learning from the beginning. I joined ONPASSIVE a year and a half ago, and I was talking about the other day for the other Zoom, I never missed one webinar with the Ash. That's what I say, for that year and a half. And in Singapore, most of it, maybe 1 day or 2 days, but the most of it, I try to catch those webinars because there's a very, very informative, is very good. So we learn from it and we teach our people. So when I heard last night, when I heard the word speech to speech, I was jumping in my own seat because I know how much we need it as a Somali communities. We have got language barrier. So I can't even express how I was feeling. I was put in the chat, but I put it more than 10 times. I didn't even know how excited I was. So grateful. And thank you, Ash, the team around him, and every single person who's working by the ONPASSIVE. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We sitting back and learning while the people are working hard. The one word Ash said last night stick in my mind. The company is ready. Are you ready? So there is a lot of people I know saying like and where is the commercial launch, and I know by the Ash said all the plan and everything, the things are ready, but are we ready? So I was asking myself, how many people are activate their accounts in the first 24 hours while the things open? Because I know everyone will say, oh, I don't have this, I don't have maybe some documentation, I don't have maybe bank account, I'm not ready, maybe the money. All these issues will clarify, because I know the how Ash was confident last night, the things are ready and we are grabbing soon. So are we ready? As our CEO said last night. One thing I would like to ask is, can Jeffrey or anyone can simplify the way Ash said the competition composition a plan? Sorry, am I saying wrong? I'm so sorry. Because there is 3 ways, because I listen the again and again and again, but the plan, the 3 months for the founders, I don't know, I need a little bit symbolize, if someone can simplify how he said, although I write it down, but I'm thinking like, oh, I want to do a recap with my community. So I would like to just get a little bit clarification how that works next 3 months. Thank you. If you get me what I said.
Thank you, Ms. Nafiso, for your question. So who would like to answer that? Mr. Jeffrey or somebody else? Mr. Jeffrey?
I could, but I would defer it to Dr. Bill or someone else if they want to. If not, then I can certainly. I had a lot of fun with it last night.
Yeah. Jeffrey, you share with us, you explain. Dr. Bill could be on the road, I think. He's hearing, but he's on the road, I think.
Okay. I had to laugh. You know, Mr. Mufar he's got a sense of humor about him, and he likes to poke us a little bit. He likes to lead us on with things and that sort of thing. But if you're looking for something really simple, you're looking at OConnect being the first commercial product out. The commercial cost of that is going to be and this is Jeffrey's opinion of what was being said. So this isn't coming from corporate, it's coming from my interpretation. And I'll just preface that by saying that what Mr. Mufara said yesterday is just more really of what he's told us in the past. And he was a little more forthcoming with actual numbers, where you can look for the cost and of ONPASSIVE's OConnect to be somewhere in the $100 to $125 range per month. Now, as far as founders are concerned, they've already said that he's going to put the $97 back into credits, and there's going to be another $10 in credits that'll be in the accounts for each and every one of us. True to his nature, right? True to his heart, he's also indicating that ONPASSIVE is going to give us a little more love, right? That ONPASSIVE is going to be putting a little more love into the founders. I'm not really sure what that means, but my guess is he's going to be, well, well, I'll just let it go like that. There's going to be more than just the 97 and the 10 that he's working with the founders for. He's also in what he's talked about has indicated that the first 3 months are going to be pretty much because of what they're doing and putting credits in will be free to us. And so the big reason for that is that we want to make sure everybody can afford it. And secondarily, that before we start going in our own pocket, we're already into profit. So beginning the 4th month, when that monthly fee or subscription becomes due, you'll just take it out of the profit that you earned from the first 3 months or the last month or whatever. So that's going to be phenomenal for us. The way that he has set this up and his heart, the way he's just made this so accessible and so available to so many. I mean, if you look, if you go run the numbers, and I did this in a video a while back where I was astounded, because when you say, okay, 125 a month, and he's given that to us, that's 1.4 million accounts that we've got. So multiply 125 by 1.4 million, that's a lot of money. But then he extended it out over 3 months. So if you take that 125 and then you multiply it by 3 months, right, which is going to give you X, right, $375, I get, or yeah, and then multiply that by 1.4 million. I mean, that's even more money. So his heart is in this, and he really has lived up to what he has said in the past, and he is over delivering on even what he said that what he was going to be doing with ONPASSIVE. So again, just keeping it simple. You're looking at about $125 a month for subscriptions, and for the founders, we're going to be subsidized. He's going to put money credits into our account that'll pay for the first month of that, and plus we get the first 3 months. So going into the 4th month, you'll be paying from your profits. So you literally will never go out of pocket to pay for this thing. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Thank you for your reply to Ms. Nafiso. Thank you, Ms. Nafiso.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we are now, the time now is 10:08. So before I call on Mr. Abdi Alaso and Mr. Raj and the rest who will raise their hands later, we are trying to keep this short, maybe each person about 1 to 2 minutes, if that's okay, because we are fighting for time. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdi Alaso, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Jeannie, hello, Mabel, hello, Cameron, and all the great Singapore team. Great to see you all. Hello, Jeffrey, my good friend. It's good to see you for coming to Singapore, Malaysia webinar. This is an exciting place. This is a nice place to come, and we're expecting you to come back again, hopefully. Yes, regarding, and thank you for the good presentation. You sum it up for good for our CEO's passion, your passion, our place and everything. And it's always good to hear you, Jeffrey. I mean, I remember I used to listen when I first came in, and I used to like your videos, on YouTube, even though we miss you on that side. No more videos. We need more videos from you. So nice to hear from you. Jeff, I really want you to a little bit maybe summarize where it is and what's between ONPASSIVE and those guys on a hopeless webinar that you were nearly a year ago with that guy, we Waterwall. If you can see where was it Nick? Was it his name Nick? Nick, I think Nick and the other guy who were living in Senegal. That was really exciting. I still got the videos. I got back and listened to those videos, but it was a phenomenal webinar, that one. These guys are still around, and what's the progress with them, and what's the connection with ONPASSIVE?
Yes, thank you, Abdia. I certainly appreciate that. I appreciate you remembering them. There is no connection other than Peter Graves, who is my counterpart over there. He's one of the people that are in We World Energy, and We World Energy does have the technology to provide that water that I was talking about, right? I mean, they've got the technology where they could with the correct distribution and within 5 years or less the entire world water crisis. They've got renewable, green, sustainable energy that is 0 point energy that requires no external fuel. I mean, it's there, it's out there, it's there, guys, but they are not connected to or working with ONPASSIVE in any way right now, other than that both principals, Mr. Graves and the CEO and owner of the company are both, along with a lot of other members, are ONPASSIVE founders and have been ONPASSIVE founders for a number of years. So, and they've been watching us with pure excitement because they intend to use OBLESS, right, for distribution of their worldwide products. I mean, they are already global. They're already in two and a half dozen countries. They've got the prototypes. They've got the equipment. It works. It's a distribution problem. And that goes back to what Mr. Mufara has indicated in the past. We don't create wealth, right? Abundance exists, and we have everything we need to take care of the world, but it's a distribution problem because we've been held back and down by certain groups. So to answer your question, We World Energy is alive and well, and they've got beautiful, beautiful global reach with global products. They're not working directly with Ash or ONPASSIVE in any way that I'm aware of. They are all, at least I know the top two principals at least, are members of ONPASSIVE.
Founders.
Yeah, they're great.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. It was exciting to listen to that one. The technology was amazing, and we want to see how they impact with the OBLESS in the global, especially Africa, with the water and the lack of energy. I mean, the energy is a global problem, but the water, I think even the water is also a part of problem. But when we talk about the fertilizer one, the side of the fertilization of the tube, you know, that was excellent information. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, and thank you, Mr. Abdi Alaso. Okay, next we have Mr. Raj from India. Mr. Raj?
Yeah, thank you so much, Matt. Great. Yeah, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello?
Sure, sure, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all signing in incredible stars of ONPASSIVE, the galaxy of intellectuals. Really, this is a very special, vibrant evening to all of us, my dear friends. We have set a top level. We are really massive, robust, and gigantic. Today, we have witnessed what a wonderful sharing by Mr. Jeffrey sir. That was really invaluable, insightful, tremendous. And Mr. S, he's a really genius personality. He's a genius brand, you can say, all-time best CEO of the world. ONPASSIVE is going to be path breaker, trendsetter, one of the finest company of the planet, which is going to change and reshape the planet 360 degrees. This is happening. We can see. Why am I saying? Because we have all the online products. They are exceptionally beautiful, outstanding feature. They are robust. And the reason behind that, ONPASSIVE is having AI and machine learning, multiple automation. That is most powerful mitochondria and powerhouse of the ONPASSIVE. That is why we are so gigantic, my dear friends. Next, this is a true economic renaissance of the world. We have seen social renaissance, cultural renaissance. This is a new modern civilization we are going to create. We are living in the 21st century of the world, very cutting edge technology. And Mr. S. Mufarab, he really role model for all of us. We are going at the top level. Financial freedom, time freedom is done deal, my dear friends. And Mr. S. Mufarab says, we are on passive, is the mother of all business. Can you imagine where we are going? We are going completely rocking, massive in every sector, business sector. Even we are going for more. In that poverty and unemployment, these are two major challenges of the world. Nobody has solved this problem. Even the World Bank also, IMF also, they are failure at all. Still, these two problems are dominating the world. There is a lot of dig between poor and rich. Who is responsible? My dear friends, I like to say, Mr. S. Mufarab is one of the genius economics. That is the beauty of ONPASSIVE. We are robust as a founding members. We are brave. We are champion. We are hero. We are jugglery. That's way. We have witnessed 5 years of journey. That was not easy task. It was so robust task, but we have sustained. Why? That is why we are seeing that ONPASSIVE, one of the top class of super brand and super unicorn company.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. Raj.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Give me
Yeah.
wonderful
Do you have
opportunity.
any
Yeah. I have
question?
a
Yeah,
question.
thank you so much.
Yes,
We
yes, I
like
have a
your
question.
sharing.
Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I have a question. A founding member who joined in 2018. Okay. A second founding member who joined in last, suppose 2022. Can you see the difference of income between two founding members who joined 2019 and 2022? This is a question. Can you see? This question from Dr. Williams, sir.
Oh, maybe Jeffrey can answer.
Yeah, Mr. Jeffrey, sir. Yes, please, sir. Can you answer this question?
Jeffrey, his question is someone who joined 218, is it? And 2220 or 2022. The income, any difference?
No, there's not going to be any. You're asking if you joined in 2021 or 2022, or is there going to be any kind of a difference in income? No, the compensation plan is what it is, and it works. It's mathematics, and it works. What you're going to find out is, depending on where you are in the matrix and how long you've been active, and there's a lot of different things. I mean, not everybody's going to earn the same amount, simply because not everybody has the same size team. Not everybody's had the same level of activity. You know, I mean, Mr. Mufara has long stipulated that those folks that are doing more will probably get paid more, and somehow the mathematics in the compensation plan takes these things into account. I have no idea. I know that he had, or I believe that he had, a lot of MIT brainards and people that are really smart working on this compensation plan. It's one of a kind, and it's very proprietary. Nobody knows what it is. But to answer your question is, no, it doesn't matter when you joined. Although he does say that if you've got some of the older accounts, then that also gets into the mix somehow. So, but predominantly, no, there's no different way for individuals that people will be paid commission.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Second question. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Second question. Yes, we are massive. We have online product. We'll get commission definitely. But my question is, Mr. S wants to give maximum, awesome, to each and every founding members, even the users also. My question is, can we get also revenue from can founding members also get revenue from physical product, which is coming in the futures? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Mufar has indicated, you know, that's what I love about the man. He said, it's our money. We can do what we want to with it. And he has indicated in the past that founders will be getting a share of the profit sharing plan. And he did indicate that that would include physical products that we come out with. Now, he doesn't have to. I mean, man, the man has over delivered 100 times over simply in the digital ecosystem. But yes, there will be physical products, and he has indicated that there will be profit sharing that will come to the founders from physical products and maybe even other arenas as we move forward.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
thank you so
And
much,
thank
sir.
you,
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Mr. Raj.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Okay, next we have Dr. Benny. Dr. Benny, 1 to 2 minutes, please.
I know. Thank you so much. I'm just here. I just want to, I don't have a question, just a comment. Please give me a minute. The first thing I want to say is I want to thank each and everyone coming. But most importantly, I really want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us here together. He woke you up this morning, right?
Yes.
The air that you pause, we are breathing this air because a lot of people have died. So you want to thank him every second, right? For bringing all of us together. And again, I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing our visionary to all of us. He is not, you know, he does not discriminate, right? Whether you are black, green, yellow. No, he doesn't. And that is one of the most important things that I love about him. And his name is Mr. Ash Mofaria.
Your husband.
Oh, yeah. He is the best CEO in the world. A CEO that I have never seen in my life. A CEO that I cannot even, I mean, I can communicate with him. Hey, Brother Jeffrey, I just want to thank you. I love your music. And to tell the truth, you look more younger. The Lord is with you. Thank you so much. I want to thank all my queens and kings all over the globe. Thank you, Mr. Mufara. I love you. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Yes, we love you too.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Benny.
We love you. You always bring so much joy to us. Thank you. Okay, we have Dr. Bill. Dr. Bill?
Yes, thank you. I want to just add on a note. The question that Raj asked about income. One thing to remember is this. Ash promised us that it would be an unlimited amount you could earn in ONPASSIVE. And what that means is no matter where you start, you can still finish on top. You don't have to be regulated to be a second-class earner because you came in later. There's an opportunity for everybody to rise to the top. Effort creates the results, opportunity for those who want to put in effort. And for those who don't really want to put in effort, you will still end up at the top over a period of time because of the automated systems that Ash has put together. So everyone who's late to the game should not fear that they will be behind anybody who came in early. Maybe the people came in early start faster, but you're not limited. And that means with unlimited income potential, then everybody has a equal chance to be successful. That's pretty much the story. You're in good shape as long as you're in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you for adding that nugget in for us. Thank you so much. Okay, next we have Mr. Piers Uba. Piers Uba. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Of course, yes. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ken. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I have a lot of passion. That is why I'm here with you guys. Jane, first of all, before I say my passion, you promised me last week you're going to add me on the group so that I can get your message all the time.
Yes, I remember that. I remember.
You haven't done it. And the reason why I'm asking, on Saturday is my birthday, and I want you guys to wish me well because it's not easy. As Benny said, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up, you sleep, you see your life. So on Saturday, gonna be my birthday. Please add me so that you guys can testify the goodness of God on me.
Yes.
That is one of the reasons. I have too much passion because I'm always joining your webinar. Jeffrey, you are a good man. You don't know what you did for me 2-3 years ago. I won't say it now. Very soon I would say it to you direct. That's something you said on one of the webinars. It made me to move faster. What I mean faster, somebody like me, I missed this opportunity 19-20 years ago. Why? I was living in South Africa with my family. A Jewish man who was my landlord told me about Facebook was doing something like affiliate, but not everybody knows about that. This guy told me about Facebook, $600 to register me. I couldn't do it. I don't know what is Facebook, 2003. I couldn't do it. The same man brought me to ONPASSIVE 3.5 years ago. He told me, Mr. Man, I know you are living well, but you are not a millionaire. You are a millionaire in Nigeria currency, but you are not millionaire worldwide. I want you to become a millionaire. Join ONPASSIVE. And I joined. Since then, Jeffrey and Charles Song made me to go high and higher. So thank you, Jeffrey, for everything. I have too much passion. When I saw Jeffrey on the meeting, anywhere I saw him on the meeting, I just joined. I don't waste time because of what he told me. My mind was to have only one account. One. I said, it's okay. I don't want stress. When I began to have multiple, like Benny, is when my daughter won Miss Island 3 years ago. She won Miss Island, the first Black migrant in 72 years to become a Miss Island. If you Google Pamela Oba, you will see her on the Google. So when she won that, Jeffrey speaks something about ONPASSIVE. I went to bank. I started registering. I have multiple. I don't know what I'll do with the money, but oh bless is going to control it. So I'm so glad to be with you guys. I'm passionate to be with you guys. Jenny, please don't forget to add me on your group chat.
I've put the link there for you.
Because if you don't do it on Saturday, you are going to celebrate me alone. I want everyone to celebrate me on Saturday.
Okay.
My birthday is Saturday.
Your birthday.
Thank you guys.
Wow.
I'm
Happy
very, very
birthday
happy
in advance. Yes.
And I have another story to tell Kumaran.
Wow.
Kumaran, your name is so sweet. I have a friend, Kumaran. Because of your name, what you said last year, that guy, I made him to be my friend, and he registered. He's an affiliate now with all his family. So thank you guys. I love you guys. I'm so proud to be with you guys. God bless Mr. Ash. God bless all the ONPASSIVE, and God bless all the world. Thank you very much.
Yes. Please take a look at the private chat, Pierce. Yeah, I put it there. I put it there on the private chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in case we miss you in advance, we wish you happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everyone.
Wish you a good long life with all
Blessed
your passion
birthday.
fulfilled.
Blessed birthday, brother. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, okay, next we have Mr. Kumaran.
Kumaran.
Our one and only Kumaran. All the way from Malaysia.
Yeah, my self-spot. Okay, Brother Jeffrey, I'm not gonna ask numbers. I'm following you, your journey. You were there before, I think, if not mistaken, Marty, my eldest. So during that period, you don't have any tools to share. Only with the our CEO's 2 recordings, right? The videos, YouTube. So can you just share about your journey and how did you manage to build your patient?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I do have a lot of videos. As a matter of fact, I think there's probably even a video or 2 that talks about the journey of ONPASSIVE and by extension, how I got started and what happened. I did a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago or so. I think Mr. Mufara was talking about trying to get rid of the data that was outdated, the videos that had outdated information. So I went through and I think I got rid of about 80% of my videos. I mean, I had lots of them, but I think there are some there that show the journey. Now, my particular journey was one that started with, I was a critic. I wouldn't say I was a cynic, but I was certainly somebody that did not believe that what I was hearing about ONPASSIVE was something that was true. And I had originally said, no, it's too good to be true. Nobody does that. And that was back in 2018. And so I said to my friend who had sent me a link and said, hey, you need to check this out. And I went back to him and I said, no, people don't do this. This isn't going to happen. And so a week later, he sent me another email. He said, but you should really check it out. And I said, okay, tell you what I'll do. I'll check it out and then I'll tell you why it won't happen. Well, long story short, all the notes I took over the next month and a half, I put together just so that I can keep it straight. And I ran out of information. There wasn't a lot of information. It just wasn't out there. So I had to join ONPASSIVE, which at the time was GoFounders, just to get the information. So right then, I mean, Mr. Mufara's marketing genius got me to join, and I didn't really want to join. I didn't believe in it, but I had to join to get the information. And he's talked about that. You know, give them just enough information where they've got to come in and see it for themselves. And that's what happened to me. All the information I learned, I then turned into the ebook, which once the ebook was done, I started using that as a marketing piece for others. And I remember giving it away to people on Facebook and wherever they wanted it. And apparently that caught some of the leaders at the time, Cindy Hopkins, you guys probably remember Cindy, her and some others that were leaders, and got their attention, and they got the book and started talking to me, and then they gave it to Mr. Mufara, and Mr. Mufara called me, and we started talking back and forth. And that's really how I really got involved in it, was because I was a critic that came around and immediately saw the beauty of what he was trying to do. And I thought at the time, even if this never amounts to anything, the mere fact that we're in this with this huge undertaking for the right reasons, it's going to be a heck of a journey. And that's what got me going. And next thing you know, Mr. Mufara's got me working on all sorts of stuff. And then I started creating videos, and life is good. And it all points back to Mr. Mufara. And we just need to be able to appreciate his heart for what he's doing. And like Dr. Bill said earlier, he is centered and he is focused and he is unwavering in his commitment to us and to ONPASSIVE and to the world, to bring this into focus for the world, so that we can see that we do have a solidified resource in ONPASSIVE. Now, we've got lots of things going on in ONPASSIVE. We have the data centers, we have the innovation labs with all the brainards in there that are writing new tech and coming up with new inventions. We have the physical products and the manufacturing of that. And we have at the core a digital ecosystem with 2-3 dozen products eventually coming out. But everything in this whole ball of wax that is ONPASSIVE is a single unified global business solution. And that's the magnitude of the heart of Mr. Mufara within ONPASSIVE. And we all have access to that. And we can all be so much a part of something so big that it dwarfs us and our communities in comparison. So I'm loving life. That's how I got started, and I haven't quit. And I would urge everybody, get engaged. Just get engaged. Even if it's just one little thing a day, just do something positive to get that momentum going in your life.
Thank you. There's another question. Okay. I joined, it's going to be about 2 years plus. So Brother Jeffrey was one of the pioneers 2018. From my feeling, I can notice there's a divine energy behind our CEO. If you agree, why? Brother,
without doubt, unequivocally, without doubt, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I have said in previous videos that I believe that Mr. Mufara has been raised up and provided the abilities, the wherewithal to do what he's doing with ONPASSIVE. Nobody else could do it. Nobody else would do it. Nobody else has got the passion or the heart or the resources or the will to do it like he has. And I believe that he is ordained by God to do this, whatever name you want to put, source, creator, God. I'm just saying God raised Mr. Mufara and gave him this heart and made him the way he is because he's got to be this way to do what he's doing. Yes, absolutely, without doubt. This is something God is in control, and Mr. Mufara will even tell you that he hasn't done this and that there's been some big guiding thing behind him. And he says, you know what? I can't stop this. Nobody can stop this. If God wants to stop it, God will stop it, but God's the one that's made it. So I don't see that happening.
Thank you, Brother Jeffrey.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Kumaran, for asking that question. Yes, I agree with Mr. Jeffrey that God is in this. Yeah, it is God that raised Mr. Mufara up, and he is a man of God. So that's how he was brought to all of us, to really empower mankind, and he's doing all this for humanity. So I really respect him for that. And I also want to thank him and his family for supporting him, because you see, sometimes he can want it, he can want to do it, but if his family is against it, then I think it's quite impossible, because he will always be fighting. So with that, I actually would like to thank his family as well, and of course all his tech team and all the company staff that's behind him, who's backing him up in doing everything that for us, for all of us. So I'm really thankful, and I really thank God. And of course, I would like to also thank everybody who make yourself available tonight. Like what Mr. Ash Mufara says, do something for yourself. He can do everything for us, but if we cannot even lift a finger to do something for ourselves, then we are not justifiable to him. So I think, yeah, thank you for everyone who is here tonight, and you're doing something for yourself. And I think I saw Miss Mabel's hand earlier.
Yes.
Mabel, please.
Yes.
Back to you.
I think about him being an extraordinary man with a divine calling. Even today in Roblin Live, he said, I am Ash Mufara, mark my name. And he is not born to do a business as big as ONPASSIVE is. It is not a business. It is a movement to change the world. So this is what he said in very certain terms, that he is really determined to make a difference in the world, and we are so blessed to do it. So as what Jeffrey tonight spent all this time with us, gracing us with his wisdom and his heartbeat. So I just want to touch a little bit on in a minute to just cover a few points that touches me, that I am able to capture. Jeffrey, you mentioned Jean Oliva's name. Today she's not with us, but she did text me to say she's on the road to somewhere with her daughter, so she can't be with us and she will miss us. And of course, we miss her. Thank you, Jeannie, for that special text to us. Jeffrey, you said Mr. Ash Mufara's leadership and his heartbeat is for people. So this is all a big reminder to us. And you said that passion is about fueling and replenishing ourselves. And passion is action. You know, in certain ways, you say it leads to emotion and to be acted upon. And what drives you, as how you wrote those ebook, etc., Jeffrey, is your passion, your drive for the truth. You know, in searching for the truth, and the truth set you free. So that is so wonderful, you know. And you instead of being cynical and criticize outside the court, you know, but you went inside to search. So this is really, you live true to your drive and passion and the search for the truth. And your life is your journey, and this is how you encourage all of us to be sharing our journey of life to impact people. And I like what you used the word, we used to say, what would you like to do for Oh Bless? But I caught what you said tonight. Oh Bless is actually a verb. You used it as a verb, you know, oh bless this, oh bless that. So I think I like this, you know, that it really bring up the meaning of oh bless, that we can give action to oh bless in whatever we want to do. And your one quality to drive oh bless or our passion is compassion, and how true it is. Passion and compassion, the same word with a com, and it goes together so appropriately and strongly. Right time, and like what I think you repeated what Ash said, failure is a decision. Don't go that way. Decide to be successful. If you fail, it's because you decided to fail. So thank you for reminding us. I love what Dr. Bill says. It is not IT. It is not IT that we own, but we owned it. Dr. Bill, thank you so much for this precious statement for all of us to bring home. And you said our income is not limited. So thank you, Jeffrey, Mr. Jeffrey Morlock, Dr. Bill, and all the leaders who have spoken. Tonight is a wonderful night. We are all enlightened. We are all inspired. We are all challenged to ignite our passion all over again and to ignite the world, to make the world a better place. We have hands standing up, raised. So Jeannie, is all to you, how you want to end it.
Okay, it's 10:43. Really, I'm sorry, it's pretty late. Please keep your question short and sharp, okay? Promise me, and I will call your name. Okay, next we have Amal Fatia from Canada, please. 1 minute, please.
Yeah. Thank you. I am promised. At the beginning, I wanted to thank our brother Jeffrey for his work, for his passion, for ONPASSIVE. We love you, brothers. We feel you in our heart and our board. Thank you, Dr. Bert. Thank all our speakers, our lovely leaders. Magbil, I wanted to thank you because you take us to conclusion that what our CEO said last night, when he said about the business, that he is not for the business. Ambassador is not in the for the business, it's for the community. So we have to realize the depths of ONPASSIVE, that is for all every tool that we have or our products is to serve you, to serve human beings, to serve humanity. So our CEO, he utilizes and uses his hope, his intelligence, his humanity, his heart to put in your hands to serve you and to serve human beings and to serve humanity, where we could see, where we able to change our world and to be a wonderful world to live, to share, to love each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Amal. Thank you. Okay, so do we have anybody else?
Nafiso dropped her hand, is it?
Yeah, someone dropped her hand. Oh, Miss Nafiso.
Nafiso, come
Now,
on.
Nafiso,
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't have any question. Today is my youngest son's birthday, so wish him the best. That's only what I'm gonna say.
Happy birthday to your son.
Yes, today is my big day.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Your
My
son's
son's birthday.
Happy-
My
yes.
youngest son's birthday
Yes.
today.
Yes, July 1.
Thank you
I
so
see.
much.
Debbie, we love
hand.
you,
Thank you so
Debbie.
much.
Debbie, thank
Hi,
you.
Miss Debbie.
Thank you.
Yeah, would you like to close us with your last question?
Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. I don't have a question. I just want to thank this wonderful leader of ours who is very selfless and always giving in every forum. Any time of the day you call him, he will answer. Any challenge, he is there to help. Even when you're down, I was very down because someone called me funny names. He lifted me up. I needed somewhere and I wanted him to be part of it. And he was there to uplift me. And he is here today uplifting us. Isn't that a great thing we should be thankful for, having Mr.
Yes.
Jeffrey Morlock with us?
Yes.
We are blessed and honored that we have him in our midst. And I hope he can start replicating himself, because time will come when we will need more of you. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, Sister Ginny. Thank you, Sister Mabel. That's it for me.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Debbie. You are so sweet.
Jeffrey, you know, Debbie is one of the in our host team. It's part of us. That's why she invited you to be with us.
Yes,
thank you.
thank
Please
you.
come back again.
Yeah, and thank you, Miss Debbie. Thank you. If not for you tonight, Mr. Jeffrey will not be here. Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, and thank you both of you. Thank you so much. And also, I'd like to thank Dr. Bill for making time to be here with us tonight. Dr. Bill, as we all know, he's our host. Mabel, what did you call him?
Resident leader.
Our resident leader. He has been with us since day one. When the webinar started here. And he started with Mabel and the rest of the other leaders as well. Yeah. So thank you very, very much. And also I would like to thank all the other leaders from all the other countries that have been here with us tonight. So tonight is a really wonderful night, and we really have taken away a lot from Mr. Jeffrey. And also, we love your song. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. And you have really blessed us with your song. We love it. Yeah, thank you so much. So thank you, everyone. It's late, so I would like to call it the night. And I won't be calling names because we are all here. We are all friends, right? We are family. So thank you and good night. And please come again. See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye, everybody from South
Yeah,
Africa.
you may unmute and say goodbye, everyone.
Good
Yeah.
night. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Brother
Good night.
Kumaran.
Good night, everyone.
Hi, Brother
Bye-bye,
Jeffrey. Thank
Debbie.
you so
Good
much for
night.
coming.
Good night.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Very
We love you,
good
brother.
night.
We love you too
Love you
much.
guys. Great. Have a great night. Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Alan.